Hello everyone, welcome back to the second Sonic-a-thon. My name's Samurai Snake.
I'm Tanner of the North.
And I'm the Flameclaw, and what we're doing today to wrap up the first day of the second HFC Marathon, that's a lot of numbers to remember, we are doing a race of Sonic CD through Sonic Origins. And to change it up a little bit, we've got Snake playing as Sonic and Tanner playing as Tails. So this could go either way, it could be a little bit unbalanced, but we're just going to see what happens now. Now, if you guys are ready to get going, I can count you in.
Absolutely ready.
Ready.
Okay then, in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So unfortunately, I get a little bit of the intro there, but honestly, that's fine by me. It's going to be a little bit unbalanced anyways.
I got a bit of the intro as well.
Oh, well, there we go.
What the fuck is causing that? So for people who are watching this after the fact on YouTube, we've had to do a handful of resets here because it seemed quite inconsistent with who was seeing the intro and who wasn't. But yeah, what's going on today is we are raising money for the charity Child's Play. And what Child's Play do is they provide toys and games to children who are in the hospital long term. If you'd like to contribute to the cause, you can either click the fiery donate button just below the stream, or if I type in the donate prompt in the chat there, you can click through to the Tiltify page and you can donate there. You can choose incentives. We've got a handful ongoing, and the other thing that we have ongoing throughout the entire marathon is a giveaway for a copy of Sonic Origins on PC, a Steam copy of it. So if you would like to be entered into the draw for that, what you need to do is donate $5 and just mention in the donation comment that you'd like to be entered into the raffle, and I can add you onto the list. But yes, we have got a handful of incentives. We have our main overall goal incentives, which we're getting closer and closer to the first one at $1,000, which will unlock a whole new day of games. If we hit that, then on Thursday the 7th of July we'll be playing Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, a showcase of the Sonic mobile games, a run of Sega Sonic, the arcade game, and also a run of the Minecraft Sonic crossover little DLC pack thingy. I'm not quite sure how that works, that's a Tanner gig. But we have those, and also we have some game-specific incentives. If I just get my list up here. So, once it loads up, I was totally prepared for this, don't worry guys.
Last run of the day, it's how it is.
Yeah. So left now we have an incentive, like a bid war for Sonic Heroes, which teams we're going to be playing. That's also going to be a race between myself and Digi. So the top two that results in that poll will be the ones we race through, and currently Team Chaotix and Team Dark are in the lead. We also have a character choice poll for Sonic Mania Plus. So that's for the Mania mode run, which character I'll be playing as. So currently Ray is in the lead at that, but Mighty is chasing up behind him, so still could be anyone's game. And we also have a poll for Sonic Colors Ultimate, the version of the soundtrack that Spire will be using in the run. So that's between the new remix soundtrack and the original soundtrack brought back from the Wii version. So if you've got a preference one way or the other, just fire your donations in, and when you're picking the game specific incentives, just make sure that you click on those as you're donating, just so it gets counted on Tiltify.
See, a few people worried the fact that my stream looks behind. It is because we're literally recording my stream off of Twitch as well, so it will naturally be a bit behind, but by going off my audio, you'll know like when I'm good to go, so no worries there.
Yeah. We can just edit Tanner's stream in proper. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're watching on Twitch right now, there'll be a bit of a delay. If you're watching on YouTube, then it should all be fine.
So I guess context, Sonic CD is not my favorite one, which is part of the reason why we thought that me playing as Tails might work out good, because it's a bit of a handicap, because you really like CD, if I'm correct, right?
I do. I've owned it about 8 times in the past, counting multiple copies of multiple regions, also ports, and also the modern versions on PS3, 360, PC, mobile. And now this.
As far as I recall, there's been the original version on the Mega CD, which is like the base one, the original release. There was a PC version around that kind of time. Was this just the one PC version, or was it like Sonic R, where there was like an original one and then an IBM re-release? I'm not entirely sure about that.
There was something like that.
Yeah, because like that means there's so many just PC versions alone, because like the version that was on Steam for the last few years up until this one came out was the Taxman version, which this particular port is based on.
Yes.
I think there's been a few tweaks, like there's the restored opening cutscene and whatnot, but it is ultimately, you know, the Sonic CD that you know and love.
There is the drop dash for Sonic.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, I shouldn't have said that. If you didn't remember, I shouldn't have said that.
Does CD in Origins have the emeralds? I would assume so, yeah, but like, you know, we're racing, so we ain't gonna.
No time for stones.
They're the time stones. Yeah, they're not the emeralds. No super stuff.
I'm sorry, I called the recolors something else.
Literally just calling it that so they don't have to make it so that you can go super.
Yeah, I will say on the personal level, I think I would say that CD is probably my favourite of the classic games, tied with Mania nowadays, I would say. But it is one of them games that I know exactly why people don't like it. The boss that Snake is showing off right now is the kind of reason why people don't like it. There's a lot of jank, there's a lot of the game fucking you over, there's a lot of the most obnoxious level design possible that I can't help but appreciate. It's like there's so many little things about this that they don't seem like oversights. They seem like somebody was specifically going out of their way to be a prick. And that's the sort of thing that I can't help but smile at.
I definitely think Wacky Workbench might be my least favorite level in any Sonic game. I think it's just a dumb decision overall.
It's one of my favourites, probably for the reasons you hate it.
I can tolerate it. You just have to know how to navigate it. I like the music of Wacky Workbench, though.
That's fair.
Oh, I mean, the soundtrack is phenomenal. That's kind of par for the course for Sonic,
Yeah.
unless you're playing a friggin', Sonic Boom game.
Well, there's Boom, there's Chronicles, there's arguably the GBA games. But other than that, you're solid with Sonic.
Yeah, Tidal Tempest has some of the best music. I mean, water music in games in general is incredible, but Tidal Tempest really works really well.
So in terms of the soundtracks, I believe, Snake, I believe you're streaming the Japanese soundtrack, right?
Yep.
The best one.
And for consistency's sake, I'm also doing Japanese, just in case we need to edit around with audio. If in your editing you want to be a cool guy and do what the GDQs do, where whoever is in first, gets their audio played.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that because I don't really like having it jumping all over the place, but just as backup audio in case there's any problems, it wouldn't hurt to have.
That's absolutely fair.
Like, I want to make it clear that the American soundtrack is bloody good in its own right. It's just between the two, I think I have a clear preference. Like, some of the more memorable songs to me come from the Japanese one. I like, what is it, Believe in Yourself, Cosmic Eternity?
Yes.
I like that, and I also really like, as overused as it is these days, I really do like the Stardust Speedway Bad Future song.
Really happy that Sonic Generations just was like, yeah, we'll put in both. We'll remix both.
Yeah.
Stardust Speedway Bad Future, it is a pretty good song for a race. I will definitely say that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just prefer the Japanese soundtrack's Bad Future.
I do find it strange that in the original releases over here in the UK, we got the Japanese soundtrack. So, despite, the American one being a thing already, and I don't know whether it was just easier to localize into PAL or something.
I think it was just that of the era, you guys were more tolerant of Japan as a concept.
Sounds about right.
We weren't as aggressively racist as America.
Yeah, and I guess it might also have to do with different musical tastes between countries.
Yeah, that is fair. I will say, though, I am kind of glad that for the most part we've passed all that sort of bollocks. Like, nowadays when people are buying a game of Japanese origin, they go in, like, with that kind of context, as opposed to anything that was originally made in Japan and imported for English-speaking countries, with them just trying to retrofit it as, like, a kiddie thing.
Let's just say if, like, Yakuza came out in, like, the 90s instead, he wouldn't be Kiryu. His name would be, like, Carlos.
Oh god, no, they would try and local it as, like, a Western gangster thing.
Oh,
they
gosh.
already, like, literally marketed it as, like, Grand Theft Auto in Japan, which it's super not.
I can still remember when this import game magazine called Game Fan gave the Japanese version of Sonic CD very glowing reviews. And then once the American version came out, docked it a couple of points for the changed soundtrack, which I still don't think that those docked points are perfectly valid.
Like, it's fair from a subjective point of view. The thing that always bothers me about those more subjective takes, more so nowadays than, like, back then, but the problem is when you have something like that which is going to be a non-issue to a lot of people, and you dock points because of it, that still affects, like, the aggregate score. That still affects stuff like Metacritic, which a lot of games do get judged on now. It kind of just complicates the state of games reporting when games' reputations are maybe being eaten away at by somebody's pet issue.
I'm personally of the opinion of, why would you get someone who hates a genre to be the one to review it? Like, when they're like, like, if I'm watching a review of a fighting game, I shouldn't hear the guy use the phrase button mashing. Like, that's just, we're so beyond that as a concept, right? We've evolved past that.
I have a lot of problems with the way that reporting's done, but there are cases like that, and just the conflicts of interest, not just in the way that everyone thinks are conflicts of interest, of, like, people being buddy with developers and publishers and whatnot, but also just in the way that a lot of reporters aren't playing games the way that the end consumer who buys a game just to play for fun will be playing it. If you remember when there was the Game Explain controversy, and everyone was fixating on the fact that Andre was a piece of shit, which, yeah, Andre's a piece of shit, but, like...
Ooh, controversial. Not really. No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not controversial.
No, but, like, everyone was focusing on that, but one thing that was kind of at the back of my mind alongside all that was the fact that the reviewer in question had to stay up all night to just get his Final Fantasy VII Remake review out as quickly as he could. Nobody else plays games like that. So if this guy's been playing the game and his experience with it has been sleep deprived, tired, been playing for like 12 hours, then what his experience with the game isn't necessarily going to represent the experience that somebody who maybe plays a couple of hours every night is going to have.
That's pretty spot on.
It just kind of feels like, I don't want this to be like a one-sided just shitting on everyone kind of thing, because like I realise that you do have to have a bit of compromise, you know, you do have to get that review out and things like that. But I feel like a lot of publications do need to weigh it a bit more in a representative favour.
I also think the idea that reviews need to be out day one is ridiculous when, like, they send the code like 3 days before and it's a 120-hour JRPG. At that point, like, how can you do that without destroying your life? So I'm of the opinion that I say, honestly, don't buy games on release if you're worried about the reviews, and we should have reviews that take a little bit to get out.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I feel like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because with online media, whether you're reviewing for a magazine, online magazine sort of thing, or whether you're making a video for YouTube, if you're not first, you might as well be last.
It's true.
You know, it's one of those things where you can't really win, and that's because there's been this race to the bottom in terms of the quality of games reporting, just because you have to be the first one out so you don't lose views. If you're in that particular industry, I should add, because like one thing I think we benefit from, like the fact we're playing fucking Sonic CD now. Like, I don't think anyone's desperate to see like a day one review of should I play Sonic CD. It's more of just we want to see this.
we broke the news on Hypertales though.
Oh, true. Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's spreading. It's to the point where I'm getting Spanish quote retweets. They're like Hoblar S Hypertales, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, well, I accidentally entered a special stage. Oh wow.
But that's probably good, because when you were talking about the pinball boss, I was in like Act 1.
Yeah.
Just you know, you got 100 coins. Use them up. Use them up on those retries. Why not?
No. I can when I actually play the game for real. Though I guess, thinking about those reviews again in context of games journalism then versus now, I kind of think that for new technology like CDs, music would probably be a pretty important thing, considering that it's digital.
I kind of get that, but also with that sort of thing, it's like what's basically going on here is that there's two different soundtrack albums, and when they're critiquing the music, is it a simplified sort of I prefer the old soundtrack sort of thing, or did they go in depth as to what it is about the original soundtrack they prefer?
They went into depth about the music for the Japanese soundtrack.
That's fair, at least.
Yeah, if music theory's coming up, then like, yeah, I understand it.
Yeah, I respect that.
I need to look back at their reviews for this.
Like, one thing that I do enjoy doing from time to time when I'm looking into older games is just looking up reviews from the era, because you see so many things that just you wouldn't even consider nowadays. Like, one example is when I was doing my Let's Play of Mega Man Extreme, I did a little bit of research into how that had been reviewed at the time. And one thing that you probably wouldn't even think to look up these days is that it was one of those Game Boy Color games that was also compatible on the Game Boy, but just in a lesser capacity.
Mm-hmm.
This one guy spent a whole paragraph just talking about how it runs so much slower on the original Game Boy. And that actually prompted me to specifically go out of my way to emulate that and to compare it. And like, it's little things like that when we talk about game preservation and that, it's those little experiences that sort of get lost between the cracks when, you know, things get re-released and whatnot.
Yeah, my friend just ordered the Analog Pocket, which is like a super Game Boy. Like you can play all the old games, and it's like the Polymega for the Game Boy. And that actually you can force a game to boot in either Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance mode. And they said like, yeah, if you want to play, for example, Conker's Pocket Tales, the Game Boy version and the Game Boy Color version are literally two different games. They're two games on the chip. The Game Boy version is a level-by-level, like, almost adventure game, whereas the Game Boy Color one is an open-world adventure game. And they're totally different. Same themes, same graphics, kind of, but totally different otherwise. So, yeah, you get to see little differences like that, which is really cool.
I didn't know two versions existed.
I actually had that as a kid. And so my introduction to Conker was this cute E-rated little game. Look at my surprise when Bad Fur Day existed after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that certainly is a thing. We actually have a run of that on the channel that Snake played during, I want to say, the Super Nintendo-thon.
Yeah.
And I remember that game being interesting, but also kind of janking in a lot of ways. Like, there was that one fucking, like, underwater maze section that seemed to go on forever.
Yeah. It went on for quite a while, and there was even a section where you fight Nazi teddy bears. Yes, that's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
That had an escape section that was pretty difficult.
Oh yes, I do remember that as well now.
Overall, it was an experience.
Yeah.
It was an experience that I was pretty much a guide to.
You say that as I look over at Tanner's screen and see the sunflowers there, and I'm disappointed they're not as endowed as the sunflowers from that game.
Yeah, those sunflowers. Like, all I think about is how many parents walked in on this cute game their kids got. I hate Rocky Workbench so much! Sorry. How many walked in on that? Sorry, I had a heated gamer moment there.
It's fine, the sunflower titties will relieve that.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Like, someone out there had a worrying awakening as soon as they saw them.
They're like, go to Urban Dictionary, is plant sexual a thing?
I mean, there is crossing some sort of seeds or pollen or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a botanist.
I'm sorry you're not qualified to speak on the matter of plant tits.
You know, I worked at a tree farm, and let me tell you, they gave us the whole rundown, and so I know all about it.
You probably would.
Hey son, are you enjoying your new game with a giant shit monster?
See, but the funny thing is, I feel like parents wouldn't care about that as much as the boobs. Like, they'd see the violence and the poop and they'd be like, that's fine, but as soon as you give plant giant titty, then all of a sudden America's in ruins.
Pretty much. Meanwhile, I'm just appreciating the music from Wacky Workbench, moving and grooving to it.
That's fair.
Tengu Wind, I like your joke that Toho 10 giant sunflower titty, that would be a name they would give it. That's strong.
Now, where Tanner's just been on my screen, which is admittedly delayed, one thing that I do remember from the original version of Sonic CD is, for some reason, despite that being an automated section at the start where it throws you through the rings, it misses them. Like, if I actually threw this automated jump with a line of rings, but it misses like half the rings there, and they had to fix that when porting it over to the HD version.
You know, I am happy about that with the HD version. Like, say what you will about preserving a game as it's meant to be. I love it when they go in, they're like, yo, they messed up on this one thing. Like, there was one that just got brought out, which was, you know, in Sonic Adventure, when the Casinoopolis area is locked out of, like, the hotel there, well, that door texture is wrong.
Yeah.
There is a door texture that is the correct texture that has never been implemented until just recently. Like, it's a shutter, which makes more sense in a, subway thing than this, like, ornate-looking door.
Yeah. I will say, like, I kind of see both sides of like, that preservation argument. I feel like if you're selling a new version of the game and you're selling it for a good price, like, this collection is, then you want to fix up anything that might, hamper the experience for people. You want to make it as polished as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's a good idea to have the original version available somewhere, though. Because I don't really like the idea of certain bits of a game's story just sort of disappearing into the void as old systems, become harder and harder to get hold of.
How do you feel about the Final Fantasy VII, like not the remake, but the PS1 remaster they put out, fixing typos?
I have no problem with that.
Like for instance, they switched "this people are sick" to "this person is sick."
See, the thing is, in most situations, I'd say fix it, but that one's iconic.
Yeah, that's where I'm like most cases, yeah, I don't want it to be gotten rid of because it's, or fix it because yeah. But in that case, like that, come on, this people are, or whatever it was, like, yeah, it's too good.
Yeah, you're making me think of the limited run games re-release of Zero Wing, and I was wondering, are they going to fix the translation of it and fix in massive quotations? They kept it the same as it was translated originally.
Good.
What they should do is they just, like, because if it's a cartridge, they should literally just put a switch on top of it that either is which ROM are you using? The original translation or a fixed one?
Yeah, I feel like with Zero Wing, the ideal way, if they were going to do a proper re-release, I feel like they should pull over the NTSC gameplay with that PAL translation that we all love.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that is one thing that, like, it is the PAL version that's the meme, and playing a, like, shooter game like that at 50 hertz, it's not really ideal.
I'd argue playing any game at 50 hertz is not ideal, but that's
well,
just me.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what comparisons we have, because I'd rather play a game at 50 than 30, but, if we're talking between most cases where, you have either a PAL version or an NTSC version, then the choice is kind of obvious.
Okay, time for a dance rave, everyone.
Oh, it's such a good song. I love the vocalizations of these Japanese games because they literally all come from stock libraries.
Yes.
And so, like, you'll be playing a game and you'll hear a sound clip and you'll be like, I know where this is from. I think one of the most iconic is the Persona 3 soundtrack. Anything that's not Lotus Juice is just from a sound library. So there's, like, I'll be listening to something and I'll hear, work that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. I'll be like, that's in Persona, but also here.
Oh yeah, if there's one website I can recommend to just, like, be a rabbit hole to fall down when you get the chance, there's a site, I think it's called Who Sampled.
Oh,
and
good.
It's literally a database of basically every song that samples, like,
that's good.
Audio clips from somewhere else.
I love it.
And they've even got, like, if there's a particular sample that's been used in multiple things, it just shows all the different songs. And a lot of the time, if people are being attentive, it'll have timestamps as to where it is. Like, I looked through that quite a lot on the lead up to our Sonic Rush playthrough, just because, that's one of the big ones.
Yeah. Not many things will have the Who Sampled with Malcolm X as one of the things, but nope, Sonic is there.
Oh yes, the funky uncle knows exactly what he's doing. Except for when he doesn't and he just grabs a random sample without context, which is probably more likely. Oh yeah, Lauren, I know some games for the speedruns, they tend to use 50 Hz versions if there's particular bugs that can be exploited to their advantage.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
I think the big Mario 64 one is, I forget the name of it, but the track with the train. I think the PAL version has a glitch where you can kind of clip through the tunnel and it speeds you up and you don't have to slow down for the train.
Mario Kart 64?
Yeah.
Ah. wouldn't think that people would use a 50 hertz version.
Well, if it saves time overall.
Yeah, it's like most of the time if there's not anything they can particularly use, I would imagine they'd just lean toward the 60 hertz one. But like if there's a new glitch that was brought in for the PAL version that cuts off a load of time, then it makes sense just to use that one for the speedrun.
You know what makes this game really good for us to speedrun? Absolutely no bottomless pits.
Absolutely.
No, there is one. There is one.
Oh yeah, the one, but it's like you're not.
Oh, yeah.
God, I was gonna say
that
you're not gonna
one.
run into it, and then I thought, I totally will. Now that I brought that up,
Oh yeah. Although you're Tails, so you stand half a chance
That's
if
true.
you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the one who's going to fall into that bottomless pit.
Yeah, that particular section where it's got like the little spinning platforms, that can go one or two ways. It either syncs up perfectly with a cycle to just get over there without even thinking about it, or it will keep you there for ages. Yeah, this game is probably the shortest classic Sonic game if you're not going for the time stones.
I went back in time and forward in time, and I'm not happy because that's like such a waste of time. Ironically.
Although in this particular version, like in the Taxman versions of this game, they did speed that up, so it's not as bad as it could have been.
That's true.
Yeah, they fixed some things about Metallic Madness Act 2, specifically in the future or the past. In the original copy, you could not complete it in the past or future because of some level design things.
I vaguely remember it being really fiddly in the original one. Yeah.
There's definitely some notes in the back of Stardust Speedway present that evoke massive Jet Set Radio vibes.
Sort of. I get where you're coming from, yeah.
It's the part where you get the weird honky sort of stuff.
I sort of think of like the sort of sounds as the things that stick out to me.
Oh yeah, the human trumpet samples.
Yeah. What the fuck even is that? I haven't dug into that one, but like, it sounds cool, but it also sounds kind of fucked up in its own way.
It's cool, and speaking of which, some dedicated people have actually taken to the trying task of recreating, or restoring rather, the past music from Sonic CD.
Oh yeah, because that was the one that, like, because it was hard-coded in, rather than, you know, just being easy to access audio files in the original one, that was the one they couldn't properly change, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had to use PCM samples to implement it into the game. That's the Church of Kondo for you. Look them up on YouTube. They do a lot of good work for all sorts of games. No, I'm not going out that door.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I wanted the coins and not the speed shoe. Thank you.
These coins will help you in your race.
Not that it really matters, because it's gonna disappear by the time Eggman lets me out.
This race might actually be a fair bit easier with Tails, because your jumps don't have to be quite as precise.
Don't say that!
Are you about to fuck it up, Tanner?
I did once.
Well done.
Okay, this... Oh, this is the bottomless pit.
Oh, I know exactly where you are, and that makes me very embarrassed. Tails!
It's that one fucking spring at the end that fucks me over.
But what?
Yeah, that can happen.
Whatever.
It's if you want them extra few rings at the back, I guess.
Sonic Dead or Alive is mine.
Okay, we have a new donation from Katie Frog, who donated $20 and says, "Hey all, happy to be attending the second Sonic-a-thon. I have good memories from attending the first one way back and staying up late to watching Illfanity's attempt to finish Sonic Chronicles. When the group has changed over the year, my love for the channel is not. Cheers. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. We're currently at $863.30, so we are very close to that $1,000 unlock for the first incentive day.
Right, Final Fever.
Okay. Is that what it's actually called, or was that just like one of them bullshitted names that someone came up with?
That's what the name for this track is supposed to be, but this wasn't supposed to be the final boss originally in design. The final boss was something that was supposed to be damaged by traveling through time, or something like that. Taxman did a bit of conceptual artwork for what could have been a better final boss, but that never saw the light of day.
I'm gonna let you know right now, you're gonna win. This Metal Sonic fight is whipping me.
Yeah, as Spar says in chat, if you would like to be entered for the Sonic Origins raffle, do let us know in your comment, and we can add you.
And yeah, that time travel concept for a final boss, implemented in Sonic Mania, by the way.
Yeah, it works pretty smooth there. I kind of feel like with the way time travel works in CD, it will probably be a bit clunky, just because of like the animation and whatnot.
Yeah, they have to change the way it loads entirely, almost.
Yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't go ahead with that.
That's the game.
Oh, that's real embarrassing.
Well done, Snake. So, now we let Tails catch up.
Oh, that's not fair! I was right there!
Ooh, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting to see it.
You saw it.
I love that shit!
That's not fair.
That was amazing, though. Okay, we have another donation from Linda for $50. He says, Jake, thanks for raising money for this good cause.
Yeah, turning it back down a bit, because it's a bit overpowering on the ears.
Oh, if they
sound
boosted the
mixing.
audio for the credits.
Yeah, they boosted the audio for the OP and ED.
That's strange.
Kudos Studio Junio and Toei Animation.
I see they've redone all the typeface and whatnot for the ending credits again, which it looks much cleaner here because they used like this really generic font in the, I want to say the 2011 or 2012 version. This looks a lot more polished.
And I think they're animating all the scenes at their supposedly original frame rate, I guess.
Yeah, I think again, like the opening, this also was cleaned up quite a bit. Come on, Tanny, you've got this.
I know. Okay, so Mr. Expert on Sonic CD, is this a case of Canary Mary where you're not supposed to go too fast or else he shoots past you?
Yes, you're supposed to let him get ahead of you, but also alter between letting him go ahead of you and then go behind him.
Okay, well, that's why. I didn't know that. Sonic CD bad. Could add this to the horrible games wiki.
Jesus.
Oh, don't be such a salty sausage.
I'm actually, I super don't care. Like, honestly, when I heard I was going against you, I'm like, I'm not gonna win this. Doesn't even matter if I'm Tails. I'm not gonna win this.
It wasn't really a fair match.
Well, we have a new donation of $37.70 from Thunderwolf Ben. He says, congratulations to Samurai Snake for winning the Sonic CD race. A strong start to the thon so far. Hopefully the rest goes just as well. Have fun, guys. Thank you very much. And then Thunderwolf Bang just donated another $49, saying, let me round up this total. So we have broke $1,000.
Hey!
That means that on the 7th of July, that's a Thursday, we will be playing Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, the Sonic Mobile Game Showcase, Sega Sonic, the arcade game, and the Sonic Minecraft campaign. So, that's our first bunch of incentives unlocked. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated today. It's all going to a great cause. And...
Oh!
What we got here, Snake?
Oh, the new ending.
Oh, right.
You kind of shouldn't have shown me that, considering I didn't get the time stones, but oh well.
That See You Next game, I can't remember, was that in the original version, or was that added?
Yes, that was in the original. I remember that from various Let's Plays and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it was from a sound test thing where you had to input some certain numbers or whatever, and then you get that hidden image for like a debug mode or something.
There are a handful of those, aren't there? Like, there's that one weirdly dark one that sort of redesigned Sonic to look like Batman for some reason.
The Batman parody, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. I can see if I can try to pull that up.
Yeah, go for it.
While we wait for Tanner to get out of Metal Sonic Hell.
Yeah, I'm in a time loop. That's how it is.
Yeah, a time loop.
You got this, Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
It is just a case of, like, you know, I even remember back when Sonic CD came out on PS3 there, I remember I was like, I'm so excited for this, and then I got here exactly, and I'm like, I got stuck, and I needed to, and I was just as Sonic there, and I just remember being like, man, it sure would be nice if someone told me that you had to not, you know, get him rubber banding on you, but alas, that was something that, you know, I could have looked up. That's on me. That's no Johns for anyone else but me.
See, when you're doing standard Sonic runs the trick that I've found is that it literally is just timing you jump so you land on the platforms at the top, and then just being careful not to jump too soon so you don't run into a block. Given you've got Tails and he's gonna play slightly differently because of the flight, I can see that kind of changing things up a bit.
I did it!
Well done.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, maybe it'd just be better to just just pull the image onto the screen anyway. Because I think if this is like the previous release for Sonic CD, I'd have to go through Time Attack or something like that and get very good times.
Yeah, it might be locked in the museum, because there's a couple museum items that are locked behind certain things, like to get like one of the IDW covers, you have to get Supersonic in a game, period. So it's like, yeah, there's a couple that are locked as like little Chivos, which is nice, because, you know, the Nintendo version doesn't have Chivos, so that's one way to put them in.
Yes, Snake, I've just posted the picture in the Discord if you want to just pull it up on the screen for us.
Yep. Right, let's drag and drop this. There's a lot of weird stuff that's in the Sonic CD sound test that can be found. This is one of them.
Are you talking about the weird, like, mustache Sonic Man?
No, the Batman one.
Yeah. A lot of these are, you know, people use them as, like, creepypastas and stuff now, which is strange to me. Because it's like, you see kids sharing it, and they're like, what is this terrifying image? And it's like, you mean the thing that was in the Sonic CD sound test?
I don't know, like, I'm probably going to sound fucking, like, get off my lawn boomer sort of thing here, but I feel like a lot of kids now, with the fact that a lot of these brands have now got very strictly defined brand identities, they're not growing up with the era of, like, Sonic could be anything. It's like, so what to us was just, oh, that one wacky thing from Sonic CD. To them, it's like, what the fuck is this? You know?
That's fair.
And there was another creepy thing in the sound test menu that could be found too.
Yeah, that's the weird mustache Sonic Man.
Yeah.
Which is literally just a joke about Japanese pop culture, but because it's so utterly foreign, people are like, "Oh, what is that?" And it's like, that's Sonic photoshopped to be like a comedian from the 80s. Like, it's nothing scary or anything. It's just not something that we get as a culture.
Okay, we have another $5 donation from Move2, who says, hello, hi, this is pretty cool. Also, hi, Tanner. Good luck, have fun.
Hey!
Thank you very much, mate.
I'll take that good luck and use it for the future games I play, now that I've already gotten to the point of, losing the race. But thank you all the same. No,
You getting
no
there.
rings. No, right into the shot. Tanner plays fighting games. I'm sure he knows how to take a loss gracefully. Gracefully rather. Yes, I do. I don't get salty. That's one thing. I'll say that. I don't. I don't get salty. I don't get salty at all, ever.
No, I actually very respectfully flip the table and call my opponent a whore.
I keep it all inside. I let it build up, and and now my sister's in chat laughing at me.
See, I found the image.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But have fun trying to sleep tonight, guys. That's Japanese that says, Tanoshi Infinite Sega Enterprises, or fun is unlimited Sega Enterprises.
Right.
Yo, what's up with the part where they become mini Sonic and mini Tails? What's up with that? What a strange little level gimmick.
They wanted something for every level.
It is cute when you get the tiny Super Sonic in Mania, though.
Right, they did bring this back. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they used it in a very good way, too.
I was like, I know I've seen Tiny Knuckles sprite, and I don't know where, because he's not in this game.
Yeah.
Did I just loop?
Yeah, it is easy to get lost in this level.
Why can't I hold right and beat the game? This is the bad Sonic game, then.
I think you are going in a circle.
Sonic games bout go fast. How come I slow? This bad game design.
I think Sonic CD is breaking your brain.
What? Brain go fine.
Left. You have to go left, I think. Yeah, left.
It just won't ring.
There we go, you're big again.
Just get out of that section where you normally have to wait with Sonic. That would have been a speed advantage if I haven't already lost.
This looks like progress, so it's okay.
Okay, 2 people in chat are claiming to be my sister. This is strange, or then my mom has some explaining to do. It's one of the
2. What you guys don't know is I am also Tanner's sister.
I knew it.
Okay, I got the next one.
Oh, found that bottomless pit.
We're gonna have a nice close look at it.
Oh yeah.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Me and that pit, we're besties now. Literally been inside it.
Okay, I don't know why this is showing it at a very, very low resolution.
Yeah, I see. I recognise the one that it is, though. What you might have to do if you're trying to put stuff on screen is just save it as an image and then just load it in OBS.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
There we go.
This is another weird one. The fastest DJ MC Sonic. Can I kick it?
Maybe. Yes, we can.
Yeah, but if Sonic did something like being a DJ makes sense because it's like a speed music thing, right?
Yeah, but like it's the bling that's throwing me off.
What, you don't think Sonic can have drip? You think because man doesn't wear clothes, he can't have drip?
I'm gonna give you a minute to think about what you've just said.
Alright, Tanner, it's about to be over because you hear the fat lady singing if you have the Japanese soundtrack on.
Oh, she is cranking out them tunes. Come down, big boy.
Let's see, we're gonna pull some other stuff up from the Sonic CD page on Sonic Retro.
Alright.
What else can I pull up here? Oh, this.
This might look a little bit jank when I edit it, but at this point I kind of like just having all the wacky stuff coming up on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one.
Oh, the chibi one.
Yeah, you are cool. You are cool.
Yeah, Europe.
I guess that's what that was supposed to say. You are cool, or something like that.
All right.
Nicely done.
That makes sense to me.
Grey Eyes Sonic ruined forever.
Wait, Sonic, where did you come from?
You see, actually, it was, Sonic was in a Tails costume all this time. And you might be wondering, well, then how did his tails move? Well, you see, you can buy a micro rotor at Staples, and he just attached it to some fabric he found. It's amazing, actually. Sadly, it burned while Little Planet got sent back, so he can't use it ever again.
Tanner.
Yes.
You didn't mean this at all, but the internet has poisoned me. And I know that you have a VTuber persona, so hearing you say the word Staples terrified the fuck out of me.
Why? I don't get the relation.
Oh, if you don't know the relation, maybe you either do or don't want to do some Googling later. I'll say that much, because the people who know.
Oh no. I just picked a random place that sells, like, office supplies.
Again, if you know, you know.
Alright, here's another one from the Taxman fort.
Yeah, okay, that's all right.
I don't care, securely download it.
Yeah, let's not get any malware on your thing during stream.
Bam!
Yeah, don't download Sonic EXE. I'll be doing that later.
I do remember this. I think this was in the files as Desert Dazzle, wasn't it?
Yes, it absolutely was.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, I'm going to be playing Sonic.exe if we get to the creepypasta goal there. And the funny thing is that I'm also going to be playing Sonic Schoolhouse, which you actually have to click on Sonic.exe to open.
Nice. I'm seeing all caps. I googled it. What?
That's my sister. Okay, she's still telling me about it, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Googling it on my phone right now. I need to know.
Yes, do not fucking show that on stream.
Nope. Tanner, you don't want to know. I'm a glutton for punishment.
You're not squeamish, are you?
I'm not bad.
Okay.
Okay, Z Bulldog is saying, what did you Google?
The VTuber staple thing.
Okay, fine. I'll bite.
Don't do it while the stream's live, Snake, just to be careful.
I'm doing it on my phone.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed.
Oh no! Oh. Okay, let's close that window.
Anything for the views, lads. Anything for the views.
Amy looking surprised at her tarot cards is me too. Oh no. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, I shouldn't have said Staples. I shouldn't have said Staples.
What? Don't. Why do I watch? Don't blame me. Blame Flame.
Okay, and with that, I think we gotta say goodbye for today.
I think we gotta get out of here.
Okay.
So, Flame, why don't you tell us who's on for what tomorrow?
I can indeed. Coming up tomorrow is the Adventure Day. So we'll be starting the day with Tom playing Sonic Adventure. And then after that, I'll be taking over to play the better game, Sonic Adventure 2. Yes, I fucking said it. Okay. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's donated today, everyone who's stuck around this stream through the ups being the gameplay and the downs being the last 10 minutes. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow if you want to wrap us up, Snake.
I've been Samurai Snake.
And I've been Tanner of the North.
And I've been the Flame Claw. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Have a good one.
Ciao.